Hey guys, DPG here, and I wanted to show you something that I've been teaching my private clients for a while now, and that is how to communicate with people in the business. And this is a really simple example of how I got my agent back reinterested in me, and how, even though they initially ignored my first contact, how I was able to get them back into uh, Hey guys, DPG here, and this is just a video that I'm creating to show you how to communicate with people in the business. It doesn't matter if it's somebody you do know or somebody you don't know. Really, the same rules apply. And I'm just going to walk you through this one way that I've connected with an agent that I had in a different city, but I hadn't been in touch with them in months and months. I didn't even know if they still felt like they represented me. And, it's sort of on me for not staying in touch that well. But here's how I got in touch with them and rekindled things. And you can use the exact same techniques for any kind of communications with people in the business, whether it's producers, directors, casting directors, agents, managers, really any professional in the business. Although I will say that it doesn't often necessarily work that well with casting directors because they are so preconditioned to reject actors' advances. But anyway, let me just show you what I did. So I'm reaching out to this agent to reestablish ties because I'm interested in them representing me. And one of the reasons I'm interested in them representing me is not only because I'm in their town, but also I'm interested in them representing me more across the board because I had a bit of a falling out. I wouldn't actually say it's a falling out. There was a change in my prior agent in my hometown, and it was a change they made that I wasn't really happy with, and eventually we decided to part ways. So not only am I reestablishing connections with this agent in another town, but I'm actually kind of hoping that they may replace the agent that I parted ways with, and having a more established across the board relationship. So I'll just start it off how I worded this, and I'll tell you why as I go. So, hey, you crazy kids. Hope you are doing well and surviving the pandemic, smoke, and moths, which is what is going on in that particular town. And I also, as you can see, I use the term, hey, you crazy kids, because it's fun and it's familiar and it's casual. It's not like I'm putting myself below them on the totem pole. I'm basically just saying, hey, you guys, what's up? How's it going, right? I'm not scared of them, so I'm willing to talk to them informally and casually. So then I go on to say, maybe the smoke will kill the other two, right? And I made a little joke, so added some humor. Mentioning that I'm back in Vancouver for at least the next 6 weeks, and told them that I was fully clear, quarantined, and I'm available for tape or commercials or whatever. I took a bit of a hiatus in Toronto due to rep issues. Let me know if you want to hear about it sometime. So I'm fine going out for small stuff for now and commercials, working my way back to guest stars and regulars, etc. Let me know how that sounds. Sporting a short haircut and a little facial growth, but otherwise look pretty much the same. So they already had headshots of me. Their headshots, they're on those online services. I'm just letting them know I look pretty much the same. So I'm basically addressing questions they might have, like why am I contacting them and what is it that is relevant that they might want to know, rather than waiting for them to figure out all this stuff and why is he contacting us, and all that is. So what you'd want to do is basically frame things the way you want them to be by addressing certain issues, because you have the advantage when you are controlling the narrative to say things in a way that is going to benefit you. So then I added, on a slightly different note, If and when I go back to Toronto, I might be interested in you having you guys represent me there as well, if you think it will work with the whole time zone difference. So I also kind of laid out a little bait for them. So basically saying, look, if you want to work with me now, this could be even better for you because, I need representation in other places. So you might be able to make more money from that. Anyway, let me know what you think and I will talk to you soon. Okay. And then I signed it with my full name. Now, let me tell you what happened. Nothing happened. They didn't respond. So after several days, I don't know how many days I gave them. I usually recommend people, I give people 48 hours. I think I might have actually waited 72 hours. It's a little bit different if you don't already know somebody. You want to follow up that much faster because, the fact that they don't know you makes them forget about you a lot faster. But with somebody that you can give it a little bit longer because, you don't want to be pressing them, like making it sound like you're pressuring them. But after a certain amount of time, there is sort of like an acceptable level of professionalism that you would expect they would follow. And so therefore, I feel if they haven't responded in the right amount of time, then it's professional of me to follow up. So that's what I did. I didn't hear back from them, so I just followed up, and I'll show you the follow-up note. Okay, so here is the second email I sent them, and as it turns out, it was 3 days ago that I sent the first email, and 2 days later I hadn't heard anything, so I followed up. So that's my 48-hour rule. F you until you hear F you. So that's follow up until somebody tells you to F yourself, right? Okay. So here I go. Hey there, just wanted to make sure you got my last email. FYI, and this is again, I'm baiting the hook, so to speak. I'm adding some incentives for them to respond. As far as current programming goes, this is regarding shows that are shooting that I'm aware of and shows that are doing well. I grew up with Virginia Rankin, who is executive producer on the show Transplant, so they should be pretty receptive. Now, that show shoots in Toronto, not Vancouver, so that's more of an incentive for them to think about the the option to possibly represent me in Toronto. Okay, so then I'm going to show you the email response I got from them. Okay, so this is a screenshot of the email I got back. It said, hey, where can I call you? We are slammed. Can you stay around, Jay? Okay, so after the second email, they realized they had ignored my first email and they called me. And this is ideal because, and this is usually what happens, right? Our instincts are, oh, they haven't responded to me. They hate me. They don't care about me. I'm nothing to them. I just guess, or it's like, well, if they don't want to respond to me, then I'm not going to send them another email. But this shows about what shows you what's important to you, right? Is it the communication with this person, or is it your ego, or, whatever it is? If it's important to you, you need to follow up. And they literally proved to me what I'm proving to you, and that is people are busy. So this is sort of a post-COVID recovery of the TV and film industry, and they are crazy busy, and that's why they didn't write me back. In fact, she said, oh my gosh, yeah, I remember seeing your email, and I thought, oh, I'll get back to it, and then I just didn't. I'm so glad you followed up because we need you. Okay, they actually didn't follow up with me because they didn't want me. They didn't follow up with me because they're so busy they couldn't get back to me, but they wanted to. So this is really huge, right? This is really communications 101. Drop your ego. Always follow up until you hear something, even if that thing is go F yourself. Okay, fine, great. Sorry I bothered you, and I would still go back to that person in 2 or 3 weeks ago and said, hey, you told me to go F myself. I'm wondering if the situation has changed. Unless you've said something really ignorant and personal to them that would upset them. But otherwise, generally speaking, these people need help. That's the thing we need to remember. They need help, and you are helping them by reminding them that they haven't completed the loop with you. And it's especially important when you have something to offer. Like what I have to offer right now is acting services, but if you have something else to offer, like how to, like cleaning their coffee mugs or doing their computer work and data entry, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter so long as you are offering something of value. Okay, guys? So look, this is kind of a messy email or a messy video, so I'm just going to leave it at that. But this is how you can communicate with people. Whether they're people that you do know or you don't know, it's all the same. Use the elements that I've introduced, like being friendly and casual. Act like you already know them. Don't act scared of them. Act confidently, because that's why you're you're contacting them, because you have confidence that you have something to offer them, right? So if you don't have something to offer them and you're not confident in that, don't contact them, because you're going to come across like somebody who's trying to get something from them. But if you have something of value to offer them, they probably will be glad you did, right? Or that's what you're thinking. I think I have something really valuable to offer you. Would you be interested in hearing more? Or here's what it is. And if you don't hear back from them, then it's up to you to follow up. They have no stake in anything, right? Because they don't know what your offer is. So it's not that important for them to follow up. What's important for them at the moment is to follow up with the things that they already know about, right? The things that are already in play. So to get yourself into the conversation with these people, you kind of have to insert yourself and push yourself in and say, excuse me, I can help out with that. Okay, guys, so that's it for this one. Let me know what you guys think. And I will see you on the next one. Remember to like, subscribe, share, click the bell for notifications if you want to hear more videos just like this. Talk to you soon.